Hello everyone and welcome back to 8 People 8 People. This is Kazu and it's Wednesday. This week was my question that I asked all of y'all and I'm going to answer it myself now. So here's my 3 questions that I'm asking now. What are your biggest what are your hobbies that you've had throughout your lifetime, and do you have them now? And I'm gonna start out with something that's kind of a hobby but not. Whatever. It's when I was younger, I used to be outside all the time. So much that it was actually a punishment not to be outside, I guess. So yeah. And once I turned 10, it flipped. So I never go outside now. I don't know, that's probably not a hobby, but it's a little tidbit, factual thing about me. Now that, another thing is, when I was younger, I used to like fishing more. And we actually have a picture somewhere of me catching my first fish, which is a sunny, because that's all we have in Minnesota, apparently. Not really, we have some more than that. But yeah, I'm actually don't like fishing at all anymore. It's not that I don't like, I like fishing. My mom is obsessed with fishing, so when we go out fishing with her and maybe one of her friends, we're out there for hours and hours, and that's why I hate fishing. Well, I don't hate it, but it's kind of annoying, and I don't like touching fish. That's the thing. I'm afraid of touching fish. Just don't like it. That's why I get so apprehensive every time I swim in a lake, because I'm just it's a fish, I don't want to touch it, you know. But yeah, let's move on to the next hobby on my list here, because yeah, bowling. A lesser known fact about me is the fact that I used to bowl. Yep. There was one point when I was 12, 13, 15, I don't remember when it was, when I joined a bowling tournament. Not tournament, but a club or whatever. But it didn't go at all because of the fact that it was either Thursdays or Tuesdays, and at this time I was in anime club, so Thursdays wasn't an option. So I went with Tuesday, but no one signed up for Tuesday except me and maybe one other person, so it was kind of pointless. So we stopped doing that. And that was back when it was probably between 8th grade and 10th grade, when I used to go to anime club every week, and we would go all the time and not be less concerned with that club and go on to GSA like we did, me and my friends who are in 8 People, and except for Jane Natalia. Obviously they weren't in our GSA. And Delaney and Emily weren't in our GSA either because they had Leos, So yeah. One of my hobbies that I'm still doing is drawing, obviously. I've had a hobby of drawing since I was really little, but I didn't actually start drawing as a hobby until I was 10, 11. About 5th grade, when I met Jordan. Obviously, everyone started drawing because of Jordan. I'm the only one that hasn't stopped yet. Oh, geez. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And I have always been interested in drawing, but I never really did it that much. It was these little weird-ass doodles that every kid draws, until I met Jordan and I actually started drawing real shit, But yeah, Jordan and Noah, back in 5th grade, in Miss Cabo's class. But yeah, another thing that I started getting interested into in 5th grade was singing. I'm really nervous about singing, so yeah, so I wouldn't do it in front of people, but I loved choir. I was in choir from 5th grade to 9th grade, and then I skipped a year and wasn't in 11th grade, and then I didn't go in 12th grade, which I kind of regret not going into in 12th grade, because apparently the women's choir got better that year, so I'm just like, dang it, I should have stayed with it, but, you know. And I still like doing it now, despite the fact that I'm not in choir anymore. I just don't let people hear me, I guess. I'm just really nervous about that kind of thing. And last but not least, gaming. I have always been a gamer-ish gamer, you know, since I was younger, and started off when I got my first console. Well, it wasn't really a console, it was like a gaming system, but it wasn't a system, it was... Kazu, shut up. It was Game Boy Color. And my first game was Pokemon Crystal, which is still one of my top 5 games ever. My favorite game now is Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town. So, in case you wanted to know, I also like Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. It's my second. But yeah. And I still game a lot now, as very evident by my actual main channel that isn't part of 8 People, which is a Let's Playing channel, which Let's Playing is basically playing a game with your own commentary, where you're explaining the game, making funny jokes about it, or what have you. It depends on your style. But yeah, that's the end of hobbies, and we're gonna go on to question 2. Question 2 is your biggest flaw. I thought I knew it before I saw the people's things for the week. My original flaw was, oh geez, what was it? That's really bad when I can't even remember, and it was like a week ago. One of my biggest flaws is my memory loss. My God, I have like short-term memory or something. I don't know. But my flaw I have after. Oh yeah, I remember now. It was violence, and that's because I was a very violent child, because I was like not liked, so to defend myself in a way, I kind of was like, I'm gonna beat you up if you don't stop being an asshole, you know? And it worked. So yeah, but my biggest flaw is motivation, which is a big thing because I haven't had a motivation to get a job till now. Not a motivation to move out of the house or do anything really. Or even draw half the time. I'm just like, ugh, I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing, because I have no motivation, which is a big flaw, especially when you're like 19 and it's like, go do something. Well, I don't want to because I'm not motivated. But yeah, you get what I mean. And my biggest perk, this wasn't changed from the thing from the beginning of the week when I made the question, so that's good. Honesty. I think honesty is my biggest perk, and it can also be a big flaw for me because I'm brutally honest. So if you ask for my opinion, I will straight up give it to you. Like, I'll never lie to you or anything like that. I'll never like avoid what I really think about you or what you're doing, or just if you ask me for my opinion, I'm not gonna like sidestep and be like, well, this looks pretty good. No. or if you ask me or something like that, I'm gonna just tell you straight, and I'll try to tell you how to, if it's like, if you ask me how something looks like you're working on a project or something, I'll be like, well, it doesn't look perfect, but you can try this and it'll probably look better. Like, I try to combat my flaw part of my honesty with trying to help, I guess. I don't know, but I feel like if you're honest, then that's always a good thing. It's a great virtue to have, I guess. But yeah, that's the end of the questions. I'll see you guys next week, and we can see what questions that Emily's going to think of, or Nico, whatever, what she's going to think of tomorrow. Woohoo! Bye-bye. Cheers.